I mean, you don't think it's my parenting, do you? I left her for dead once. It sounds like she's bored in your class, and the other kids suck. Call her damaged again, and I will install a door on your face!
Everyone says Khan is a horrible parent, and like, to be fair, in the pilot he kinda is. But Nori isn't completely perfect either, and Nori is actually praised as being one of the fan favorite characters and a hero, despite in a lot of ways actually being a worse parent than Khan is. So today we're going to go over Nori and Khan, their faults as parents, and why Nori is actually secretly even worse a parent than Khan. So first, to set up a baseline, let's go over Khan. In the pilot, he was shown to be very neglectful of Uzi, having said in interviews such wonderful and inspiring lines such as, "Doors are my real daughter," and "dealing with your disappointment failure of a child." What a great guy. Anyway, when he sees Uzi brought in the murder drones, and the end is about to kill her, he just leaves her instead of trying to take his shot with the railgun. Now, I see a lot of people hate on this, and while it is a very bad parenting moment, like, what was he supposed to do? Go for the railgun? He would have accomplished nothing. He would have died. Instead of locking her in and trying to evacuate and save everyone else. That being said, yeah, leaving her to die was a pretty terrible move from a parenting perspective, and also the fact that he was neglectful and went out of his way to call her a failure in interviews ain't looking great. But, and this is an excuse for the reason he acted this way, just like an explanation. He was probably traumatized. You see, he had to kill Nori, his wife, to put her out of her misery when the disassembly drone splashed her with acid. And the disassembly drone who did it was likely N. And Uzi kind of looks like Nori, so you know, probably something he recognized from before and was not a big fan of that. But whatever. Something he actually did do is try to improve. He goes to the parent-teacher conference and defends his daughter and stays with the teacher instead of doing something for work, which was probably urgent, but you know, he stayed because he said his daughter was more important, which is an improvement. Then in episode 3, he chaperones for the prom along with getting her classmates to go with and buying her a dress, and tries to step in to save Uzi from Doll before getting locked out. He is also more open with her about her mother and tells her about the cabin fever place. Moving on to episode 5, he checks in with her. It's not really like it's something major, but he's there. He's trying. He's showing he cares, right? He's not in episode 6, but in episode 7, he actually rebuilds her railgun and goes out to help her. Speaking of which, I have a full video on Khan, which I will link now. I just thought I'd point that out. So, while he wasn't a great dad in the beginning, he is actually trying to be better, something we cannot say for Nori, who is the one we're going to be going over next. Nori, unlike Khan, was absent for most of Uzi's life. Her faults started when she made Khan kill her and then lived as a core, but didn't tell Khan that she was alive for some reason, leading him to become obsessed with doors, something Nori told him to build before faking her death. This led to Khan being traumatized and Uzi growing up without a mother figure. Wow. Wonderful. She then proceeded to not tell her or Khan, even years after her fake death, and she still hides under the cabin fever labs, denying even and telling Uzi that she's alive. To be fair, she had a pretty solid defense in that she was trying to save the world from the absolute solver and finding a patch and all that, right? But did she really have to hide from Khan? I mean, like, come on, give the poor guy a break. But Uzi seems to have forgiven Khan by now, so it's really nice to see him being better. And while Nori is doing a lot of good for the world, I think she could have been doing her motherly duties as well as being a good partner and not pretending to be dead at the same time. I don't know. But that is going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, as well as commenting to let me know who you think is worse. Though, even if they're not always the best parents, they're some pretty good characters, so I'm hopeful for what the future brings. Bye.